Hi everybody, my name is Walter Hales and I love rock climbing. I've been rock climbing off and on since I was about 15. My good friend John Compton, he and I learned together. His dad taught us how to rock climb in the Red River Gorge in Kentucky. Uh, and now from then at 15 to today where I climb still outside, but I also own an indoor rock climbing gym you can see behind me. Climbing is just part of my life. It has been for a really long time. The first thing that got me interested in rock climbing was that it was challenging. So it was the first thing that I found that had very incremental challenges. So you could climb a route that was easy enough for you to get up, feel good about that. There's an accomplishment, made it to the top of that route. But then there's always one just a little bit harder. So you could always constantly challenge yourself. So you felt good about the accomplishments you were making, but there was always room to grow. You weren't competing against anybody else. It was just you versus the rock. And the rock doesn't care. It's just there. And then it's up to you to climb it or not. So that was interesting to me. Let me feel good about myself, experiencing accomplishment as well as always having a challenge in front of me. You also just got to hang out with your buddies. You weren't in the public eye, no one was judging you. It was just you and your friends hanging out, climbing routes, trying as hard as you could, having a good time. So that was kind of the early stuff. Just fun, challenging, uh, let you get stronger, let you feel good. And then through life, what I've learned is that rock climbing is a way you can use rock climbing. I've used rock climbing in order to get just kind of pause life for a few minutes. Life can be hard. To this day, as an adult, life is still hard. There's stuff that is challenging you're going to go through. I go through it every day. Rock climbing lets you just kind of step out of that hard part of life and focus on kind of one little movement at a time. So what I find is when I'm rock climbing, when I'm really climbing well, all I'm thinking about, all I'm focused on is the next move. So how do I move my body? How do I make this next move safely so that I can move on to the next hold and the next one? If I'm thinking about my mom or my sister or my buddies or someone that made fun of me the other day or this person that doesn't like me, I'm not going to climb very well. And it's not fun. So, what I like to do is come to the climbing gym or head outside, and I just get to get away from all that for a little bit. It clears my head, lets me think about one thing. How do I get up this route? How do I get a little accomplishment? It's not a big deal. I'm not trying to save the world. I'm just trying to get to the top of this route. And when I do that, I feel a little bit better. And then I can go back to life, and I've got a clearer head. I can see things a little bit different. So I can see that it's not such a big deal, that this problem is solvable, that I can handle that. I can't take care of it, I can't get rid of it, but I can deal with it one little step at a time. So rock climbing lets me do that. It just provides a little bit of comfort, a little bit of movement away from the normal stresses of life. It itself is stressful. When you're climbing, gravity always works. So when you don't make the move, you fall. But if you're doing it in a safe way, then you're safe. You've always got a friend there with you. They're there to encourage you, support you, so that when you do fall, you don't go very far and you generally stay safe. There are dangers to it. Let me say that there's no dangers, but generally you can do it in a safe way and have fun and a challenge. The other thing that I've learned is that you have to step out, you have to try things that you can't do. The only way you know if you can climb that harder route is to try it. And eventually, you'll get to a point where you can't climb it, right? So if you start on the easiest route available, you can climb it, and then eventually everybody hits a point where the route's too hard for them to climb. The only way you're going to know that is to push that limit. So do it in a safe way, but it allows you to see where your barriers are. And then you can either choose to bump up against those in a safe manner repeatedly and get better, or you can find your comfort zone and stay within that, and that's completely fine too. The people out there rock climbing that aren't climbing that hard, and I don't climb that hard, we can still have a ton of fun. We can still get the sensation of accomplishment, working hard. We can have friends with us, and we don't have to climb the hardest routes. We just have to have fun. So it lets us get away from life, take a little pause. You can see that everything's going to be okay on the route as long as I do things safely. And then you can get back to life and kind of give yourself a new perspective on the problems you're going through. So if you can't get to rock climbing, get out there and have some fun doing something else. Find something you can focus your energy on that's positive and provides a little bit of acceptance and accomplishment. And then that will help you take it back to normal life and excel in all the hard things of normal life. All right, good luck. We'll get it.